Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll do it one more time. I don't care, you carters. Ah ha 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 ha! Ah ha 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 ha! Oh ho 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 ho! The second time was better. The first time sucked. This last time, whatever. You don't do. You don't. Screw it. Screw if I ruined it. Screw if I ruined it. I'm not as big as I want to be. I want to be fatter today. I want to be fatter today. Let me try and make myself fatter today real quick. I want to be a big round boy. I want to be a big round boy with a bulbous head. Hold on. There's got to be an effect to do that. Give me 1 second. Don't be gay. Yeah, carters. What's it called? What's it called where you make people close? Fisheye, fisheye, fisheye. All right, there we go. That's more like, oh my gosh, that looks awful. Why does it look so bad? Is that better? My goodness. All right, how about now? Oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Card charge. This is me responding to all my traitors. Forget it. This show's stupid. Why do I This show's stupid. Already off to a bad start. Silent for 2 minutes straight while I laughed like SpongeBob's nemesis, Mr. Krabs. I had to remember it. I had to give myself time to remember it. Do I have a show? Look, I have a bunch of shows. Do I have the energy? Look. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I'm putting on the glasses. This is how I'm dealing with you subversives. A lot of subversives. A lot of traitors. We're not dealing with that over here. This is a monarchy, people. Off with their heads. All right. So far, this has been nonsense. Nothing of value. Hi, welcome to the show. I'm a hello listener. You can call me Mr. Stinky Pants. I don't give a crap what you call me. All right? I have not sold my soul. I'm a real person. I'm not an AI generated thing. I don't care about you people. No, I care. I can't do a show today. Look, the energy's not right. I just did a fake laugh. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this today. I've got so many shows lined up. But you know, when all the activity 2 weeks ago or last week, you know, they were trying to bait me. The demons were trying to bait me. They're like, keep doing shows. Keep doing shows all week. Come on out. I'm like thinking about my show right now, and I'm like, what do you even do over here? Why do people watch this? I'm having a hard time getting through my own sentences because I keep mentally interrupting myself to say, why would anyone watch this? This is just incoherent. Is it an experiment in Dadaism? What kind of mind do you have to appreciate what I'm doing over here? Look at all these facial wounds. This man's on meth. This man's on methamphetamines. Methamphetamines. Get away from me, you methamphetamine. Let me fix my camera. It looks okay. I just got some extra color today. That's all right. Okay. I mean, what's been going on? I don't know. I'll just start with that, you know. Because, like, my last stream, which was popular and very funny, and a lot of people tuned in, and then it turned into a big fight where everybody was being my enemy. Everybody was telling me, oh, you're bad. You're a bad racist, right? That's old. That's old to me. So, okay. But here's the thing, right? So then, Julian, who, look, stop coming to my channel asking about Julian, all right? This is a real double-edged sword. I get a little viewership boost because of Julian, but all they do is come on my show and be like, where's Julian? It's like, get out of here. I don't know where Julian is. Somewhere out in Louisiana. So anyway, so I'm talking about race, and then Julian says I'm evil or something, and then he unfollows me, right? And then deletes his channel. I don't know. I wasn't mad at him, despite the fact that he's a subversive. Sitting out here spreading some false gospel that he made up on weed. Reading the Bible, taking weed gummies, and then convincing himself that it's the Holy Spirit telling him what it all means. Okay, bud. Whatever you say, Dad. Anyway, so he did that. So I wasn't mad that he deleted his channel because he's preaching a false gospel. You don't know what he's talking about, and he's not really willing to be corrected, or it didn't seem like he was. But at the same time, I like the guy. He's a chill dude, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he told me I was a bad man. Too racist. But at the same time, one of my most loyal team members, because that's what we call you when you're in the inner circle over here at Hello Listener, Lawrence, unfollowed me on Twitter and on YouTube because I wasn't being racist enough. You understand? You understand how stupid this all is? I'm exactly as racist as I want to be. And no more and no less. And I owe none of you anything, okay? If this show becomes me trying to figure out what all you water moccasins want from me, then it's not a show. It's just some carts ours acting like a dang fool. And I'm not. I'm not a fool. But you see what I'm saying? You can't please these people. One guy says, oh, you're too racist. The next guy says, oh, you're not racist enough. I lose both of them. I don't need any of you. I don't want disloyal types. I don't like traitorous types. I'm trying to build an army here. I'm trying to save the white race and make an orthodox monarchy in America. I don't need weak-minded people. Sorry. I don't need a bunch of looping Louisianas and and stinky English carts arse in my operation up here. I forgot to brush my teeth. This already, I don't know what kind of show this is. Because here's the thing. I did all this, yeah. All of this occurred, right? But it was 2 weeks ago when I wanted to make a show about it. I had all the energy and the fire. I promised myself I wouldn't do a show. I said, not during Holy Week. The Jordan Peterson show's my last show. I just stood around for... No, I had a very busy Holy Week, and now it's Bright Week, and I've just been eating cheeseburgers and just fatting around. I don't know. Haven't really been thinking about all this. So trying to give rise, trying to get the energy I had when all of this BS initially happened. I don't care. I don't care if my followers get mad at me. I don't matter. None of this matters, actually. You know what I mean? This whole thing is... I don't even know why I do it. So am I sad about Julian? Part of me thinks it's a good thing that he deleted his channel because he's preaching a false gospel and people are listening. And that's just no good for anybody. But on a personal level, I hope he's okay. And I'm sorry that I'm so racist. Maybe don't flood my country with non-whites and then I won't be so racist, you know? Maybe 60% of the crime done by 8% of the people, young black men, maybe don't have that and then I won't be racist. Truly. Truly. And Lawrence, oh, you're not racist enough. You talk about God too much. You talk about orthodoxy too much. Back in the line, nigga. You're under arrest. Off with his head. You're a traitor. You'll never be back in my good graces. I want you to know that. You were the chosen one. Now you're gone. Now Slow Boy Whiteboard's the chosen one. Or Mark. Light of Tabor, maybe. Whoever can handle me. Look, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. All right? If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. I've been hawking loogies all day. Look, I'm having a bad time. I don't want to do a show. I do want to do a show, but I want to do a good show. And if I can't, here, I'll just look at my topics. Here's my topics. You goofball. You cart's arse. I made that up while I was about to press, while the intro was running. You know, the do 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 do. I thought of the phrase cart's arse, and so that's good. Anything helps, you know. Anything helps. Anything I can think of. Cart's arse, that's a good thing. I'll fall back on that whenever I have nothing to say. All right, so it says, here's my notes for turncoats and subversives. That's it. That's my only note, and I did that. Oh, I did it too many times. So I guess I figured I could freestyle it. Gee whiz. I don't know. What is this show sometimes? We just got a recap, you know? All I got is a recap. I'm not even gonna go do this anymore. Actually, I'm done. I'm just gonna go to chat and I'm gonna work on music. How about that? What up? What? Oh, my wife's trying to help me. She's like, you're doing a bad job. Here, take mushrooms. What the heck? I tried to drink the top. I thought it was a straw. Okay. Thank you, hon. All right, this will make me better. If I haven't done a good show yet, just hold on. I'll do a good show, you freaking stinkers. You carts ours. You carts ours. I know I haven't done a good show yet. Just come on. This is hard. Are you crying? Busy guy. Well, just wanted you to rehash, commentate, okay, just these good show as possible. All right, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I think I could do a good show today. You guys, look, I've just been effing around. Yeah, I know. That wasn't even a monologue. That was just madness for a few minutes. Hi, Lawrence. Traitorous villain. Hello. Hello, traitor. I'm not hurt, but we have, now everybody's got to witness our relationship problems. Okay. I guess I don't know what I'm doing today. It's Bright Week, and I've just been sitting around eating cheeseburgers, and whatever momentum I built over the last couple weeks, I don't have it now. So I'm trying to rise to the occasion because everybody's watching my show lately, and people are, I'm just going to drink this. People are, nice to meet you. What are they doing? Listen to my music. I don't know why everybody's checking my stuff out lately, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. The algorithm must be liking me or somebody's sharing my stuff. But, I have a bunch of shows lined up, like well thought out shows. But the thing about me is I'm like retarded, and sometimes I just am not the person who can do the show. But I'm like, I gotta do a show. Today's the only day I can do a show, so I'm doing a show. Drink an energy drink. This has mushroom, like the mushrooms to make you not have ADHD. That might help. If this doesn't fix me, I'll try Adderall. No, not Adderall. Adderall. I mean nicotine. Try that. Eventually, I gotta hit something. Slow Boy promoted me? Dope. Thank you, Slow Boy. I figured it was her. Yeah, Slow Boy's the new Secretary General of the Hello Listener monarchy. Okay. I gotta work on I don't feel funny today. I don't feel funny or smart today. Shoot. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you the songs I've been working on. That'll keep me busy. And I'll just read chat. Rehash what? Rehash the whole Julian thing? I mean, okay, so what happened with Julian? He was in my chat. He was happy. He liked the monkey skit. And then I started talking about blacks, and he decided I was a bad man. And then he unfollowed me. And then he deleted his channel. Oh, and then when I asked him, I was like, hey man, you okay? Everything all right? He said something kind of sus to me. I think this is suspicious. He said, this is gossip at this point. I'm going to hell for this. Okay. He said, but this was relevant to me. He said, it's Passover. My work is done. Hopefully I'll see you down the road. So, yeah, you were all right. You guys were all right. Apparently he's Jewish. I'm stupid. Look, I just try and give everybody the benefit of a doubt. I talk a big game alone in my room over here. You know, I got a picture of me with a general's hat on, but I'm a baby. You know, I'm just a baby. I'm trying to be a real strong man, but you know, I'm an American. I'm a cheeseburger American. I'm a New Jersey vet. So we do what we can, but I'm nice to people. When I talk to people, I'm nice to them. And I had my misgivings in my head, but I didn't want to sit there and be like, oh, he's bad out loud. That's kind of, I don't necessarily think he's bad, but I do think he's a subversive. Whether intentionally or not, he's a subversive. My wife said she saw a video of him where he said something like, oh, there was many Jesuses and stuff like that. Like, and that was what I was planning on doing. And that's what I wanted to say. If this guy's ever on my show again, it's no longer an Orthodox Q&A. We're going to pin him down on whatever he believes, because every time he comes on my show, it's just, oh, well, be a good person. Why are the Orthodox so repentant? Oh, you know, it's like, no, let's pin down what you believe. Because I have a feeling we're going to find a lot of inconsistencies. Unless he comes with humility, but I doubt that would happen. But that's as much as I care to talk about this guy. You know? I got, you know, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Is that what you guys are tuning in to find about? Was this the Julian Report channel? Like, I talked to the guy twice. Yeah, we talk a little bit online. But, you know, I don't know. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. We slayed him. I don't know. I said a racist thing and he deleted his channel. I don't know. All right. Look, if this isn't a good show, I'll do a good show next time, probably. Sometimes I hit dry spells and it's hard for me to, you know, make it make sense. Well, let me show you the songs I've been working on. This one's called Everyone is Gay. This song means a lot to me. I hope you guys like it. It's good to see you, Lawrence. You actual traitor. All right. I might take nicotine. Maybe that'll make me normal. Guys, pray that I become normal. Or at least tangible. And I'll keep looking at chat. I'll look at it on my phone. I understand that now I'm just a chat channel. I just sit here and respond to chat. I understand my role. I'll never become prideful. Don't worry. I know my job. At least tangible. What is a good show for you? I'm still confused as to what the whole point is here. Besides you telling us you've been busy lately and you're an ortho. And you're an ortho bro. I can't say that I disagree with you, friend. A good show is like a show with a topic, a purpose, and a show where I'm on point. I'm firing off. But my energy's a little different today. I love you, Lawrence. I'm sorry, Lawrence. My energy's a little... I'm sorry, Lawrence. Lawrence, you went to church. What, did you go to Pascha? I am curious. Did you go to Pascha? So, yeah. If you want to see a good show, watch, I'd say even the Jordan Peterson show. Depends on what you mean. That was solid. All my shows the week before last were very solid. But I knew coming into it today that my energy's off, but that doesn't always mean it's going to stay off. I can get it. Something can happen. And if not, I got music. And I got chat. My only point was that there's a lot of subversive people. And I don't know. It just annoys me watching people stack up teachers for themselves, as the Bible puts it. As the Bible puts it. Stack up teachers for themselves. They go out there and I used to do it when I was, before I was Orthodox. I would do the same thing. I would just sit there and be like, well, I like Mike Winger for this. I like James White for this. I like Sam Shamoon for this. I like this. And you just like sit there and make up your own theology based on bits and pieces of other people's ideas. And it's just nonsense. It's nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense. You need to stop stacking up teachers for yourselves if you're one of these people. You need to stop searching for a YouTube guru to guide you to all truth. Look at what happened to Jordan Peterson. There's your YouTube guru who guided you into all truth. What is he now? A shill for Israel, who cries at the drop of a dime for not enough Palestinians being murdered. You can't do that. There's one solution, and that's becoming part of the Orthodox Church. There truly is one solution. Then you will be guided in all truth. What does Jesus say? The Holy Spirit will guide you into all truth. He was talking to the church. You're not in the church. If you're not in the church, you're not in the church. The Orthodox Church is the church. Lawrence is in the church. Congratulations, Lawrence, on taking the Eucharist. I will be playing chess with you. I don't know how to play chess. I mean, I know the basics, but I have no tactics. And I will play with you. Do you guys want to hear something? I don't know if it's good. It's not good. Who cares if it's not good? Like I said, I haven't been firing on all cylinders lately. Okay, let me say this. Holy Week is intense. If you're like doing it, it's intense. It's multiple services every day. And when it's over, it's like a big relief, but also a kind of like, it's like a big, it's very cathartic. It's like this, hooray, you know? Oh, speaking of which, Christ is risen. You know what to do. In the chat, what do you say back? Say it back. Lawrence, show them what to say back. Christ is risen. Lawrence, help me out. Spooky Jordan, help me out. I'm looking at chat. I can see chat. I'll wait for you. 30 hours of service. Yeah, that's what we say. We say, Christ is risen, and then you respond, 30 hours of service. Okay, he is risen indeed. Thank you, Lord. All right. Anyway, so it was a lot. And then Bright Week, I don't know, I got the blues. There was so much joy in Holy Week, even though it was really difficult. And then during Pascha, it was just such a joyous thing. And then I had to just go back to my life, and I was like, oh, cool, now I'll eat burgers and cheese. And the thing is, you don't care. You eat the meat, and you're like, I don't care. This isn't as good. That's weird. When you eat the meat and you're like, this isn't as good as fasting, that's weird. So I've been dealing with some sort of post-Pascha blues. And I've been watching everybody be so gay. And so I made this. I think it's this one. This is how I feel deep inside. Now, I don't have lyrics yet, but it's going to sound something like this. Average Joe. Oh, I like those lyrics because that's how I feel every time I go on Twitter, YouTube, Amazon Prime, anywhere I go. I'm just like, wow, everyone is gay. No, I'm not going to release it. I don't care. It's just a show on the show. All right, I'm feeling a little better. I might have a show in me. Even though the number went from 12 to 6, I don't care. Not her. Well, to me, I'm recontextualizing it. It's like Jay says constantly. Word concept fallacy. You know, words change meaning over time. When I say gay, I mean everybody's gay. Everybody's really gay. Like, did you guys watch Myron Gaines talk to a bunch of college kids? Was there anyone who wasn't gay? They were all just being gay, including Myron, sitting here trying to talk like some trad. Meanwhile, he's cheating on his girlfriend. Oh yeah, you're the exemplar. You're the guy we gotta follow. Give me a break. They're all a joke. Everyone's gay. So this has been playing in my head constantly. I just say, gosh, everyone's gay. Why is everybody so freaking gay? And so I make a song. You get it. Yeah, I have a same over here. Well, I mean, Orthodoxy is my family. But yeah, it's hard to... I've been trying to get family members to see the truth of Orthodoxy, and they all seem to be like, yeah, Orthodoxy is true. Yeah, everyone is a theater kid just acting. Yeah, it's all what's the word? Calisthenics. Nope. What's the word? Histrionics. It's all histrionics. They're all trained thespians. They are all Jewish trained thespians, trained in the art of histrionics. Oh, I'm so offended. Oh, I'm so offended. Oh, I'm so offended. It's all the same garbage. But it's garbage both ways. You know? Like watching Myron Gaines sit there, oh, well, women need to be quiet. And yeah, sure, but you're a misogynist pig, dude. You're a freaking Muslim. You're not, like, what are you, dude? You're just a grifter. You're just a grifter. He's an FBI agent and a grifter. He's intelligent. He's got decent arguments. But you'll notice when he was pressed by someone who was actually a follower of his and saying all of this sleeping around thing is wrong and evil and disgusting, and he argued back. He's like, well, you only found that out because you followed me. Jewish artifice. I don't know. Everyone's gay, dude. Go on Twitter. Everyone's gay. Go on YouTube. Everyone's gay. Try and watch a show. Everyone's gay. We live in a pathetic time. I don't know. I was watching it. I was just thinking, you know, it's okay if they nuclear bomb us. What do we got? Are there any valuable people left in this country? Or is it just grifters and forget about it? Is it just grifters and carts arses? I don't know, man. I don't know. I look at this country, I'm just like, this is pathetic. And so I say, all right. I love Andrew Wilson. I can't deny I'll feel a little relieved if the Astro... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you look around and you're just like, man, I don't know. But, you know, that's online. You know, I look around my life, and there's decent people all around me. I go to church, and there's decent people all around me, you know. I look at my neighbors, there's decent people all around me. It's just that, you know, that's the online world. The online world is full of douchebags. And the colleges are full of douchebags. Young people just so deeply brainwashed that it's like they're like a lost cause. Here, we'll watch a clip. Let me show you something. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if I'll have the words. I'm sorry if I don't have the words today. But let me just show you something. This lady. Oh my goodness gracious, this lady. Oh. Watch how this woman argues.
Women would be able to be mothers, would ever be able to be wives. If a man is being a provider.
Let me see if I can fix the audio. Maybe this.
So can I ask a quick synopsis of what you
Look at me fixing audio.
And this is how you make money. And that's kind of embarrassing.
Myron, gotcha. Yeah. Thank you. In a relationship, so you have women.
Okay, now look at all these people. Oh my gosh, come on. How can you watch this stuff and not come to the conclusion that everyone is gay? All right, here we go. Ready? Let me make sure my mic's working. Is my mic working? Okay, here we go.
Society is and how we're playing the dating game because we have more to lose.
Okay, so.
Oh wait, no, we gotta see how she starts the conversation. Oh, she takes up multiple segments.
Are you content with how the world is today?
This is fucking awesome.
Okay, watch.
Look at this guy.
Sir,
hey,
if you're here.
Listen to this lady.
Well, you invented Wi-Fi.
It's Jordan.
Like
Oh, by the way, multiple women came up to say to Myron that, did you know that a woman invented Wi-Fi? It's like they went to a woman invented Wi-Fi 101. Like there's a class that teaches all overprivileged women who fill the colleges with useless degrees. There's like a class that tells them, by the way, a woman invented Wi-Fi, so you can put that in your back pocket.
Wi-Fi?
Let me guess, a woman?
Well, yeah. So if it wasn't for a woman, your podcast, you wouldn't have one, and it wouldn't have gotten demonetized.
Oh, good one. Yeah, so here's the thing. We do direct connect on our pod, so
I don't care.
Wi-Fi is, oh, now it's I don't care. Okay, great.
All right, watch how this starts.
Hello, sir.
Make sure to hit the gym as well.
Sir.
Hey. See, that's the other thing. They've been trained. Listen, this is what we have. We have colleges full of women, right? Not men, because men have checked out. They understand that society isn't for them, especially white men, just completely checked out. So we have colleges full of women, and they talk to everyone like they're preschool kids. Listen how they all talk. They all talk with fake nice. They can't just be direct. They're all fake nice and catty. Look how this woman tries to talk. We're going to watch this whole clip because maybe I'll be able to understand what it is about this. We'll see. Here we go. The reason I got into Julian was through his gossip on Sticks Hammered, and then I was perplexed by his theology. Now I'm here. Sorry to I'm glad you're here, man. Honestly. Yeah, teacher voice. That's the thing. If women run society, then they run it like a freaking daycare. Because what are women meant to do? They're meant to be in the home, raising the children. So you put them in society, all of a sudden they treat it like a freaking daycare. Well, guess what? That's not going to work against the Muslim hordes. They're gonna slap you down. They're gonna rape you like they're doing throughout Europe. But they're propped up by the countries that men have built, and they pat themselves on the back as the caretakers of these countries. And all they're doing is dismantling it piece by piece with their pride. Yeah, I bet she knows that a woman invented Wi-Fi. And I'm sure that's not even true. I bet that's not even true. You know what I mean? Like when they did with the black inventions. One of my first videos that I made like years ago was black inventors. I wonder if I have it. I should play it. It's the craziest thing ever. It was like this huge video where people are like, oh, did you know black people invented this and this and this? And then you go through it. They didn't invent any of those things. They didn't invent any of those things. It's all propaganda. These people live on lies and pat themselves on the back. It's crazy. What does it mean if your entire ideology is based on lies that you keep reassuring yourself is true? You know they're lies. We're not babies. Just because you talk to us like we're babies doesn't mean we're babies. We know what's going on. All right, let me try. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy past. Yes, absolutely. Everyone is gay. Exactly what I'm saying. Everyone is gay.
Hello, sir.
Make sure to hit the gym
Listen
as well.
to this. Listen to this.
Sir.
Sir.
Hey,
Hey,
Sir.
just be honest, man.
sir.
You're. Yeah, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Sir,
hey,
if you're here to
the
have
girls
a
aren't gonna fuck you,
conversation,
man.
I'm trying to have one with you.
Like,
Her voice is cracking. But she's trying to maintain that she's calm and in control of her emotions. Hi, I'm a woman. I'm a smart woman. I'm in control of my emotions.
the girls aren't gonna fuck you, bro. White knighting is not gonna do it.
Okay.
Spooky Jordan just said a woman did not invent Wi-Fi. Well, you didn't even. It's like when you read a headline and it says something like when you read a headline and it says why sleeping with multiple men made me a better mother. You don't need to check if the person who wrote that article is Jewish. You know. You just know when you're being lied to these days because everyone's lying to you.
Hi. Would you like to have an actual conversation?
Do you hear this tone? They haven't even started talking yet. Now watch, as this conversation goes on, she tries to convince Myron that she's not upset. She's upset before they even start talking. Look at Myron's face. He's being a sneaky little guy.
This is fucking awesome. All right, what are you gonna say? Go ahead.
All right, here. I'm here to have an actual like debate with you, okay? I'm not
Sure.
here to antagonize you or villainize you. I want to understand you, and I hope maybe you'd want to understand me. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I want to understand is your viewpoint that women deserve less, or that you think men deserve more?
Well, two things can be true, right?
Okay.
So I think guys need to be in a position where they are the dominant and the leader in the relationship.
So I would like to understand why exactly do you think that? Is it what is causing this? Is it like an instinctual thing? Do you think it's based off biology, psychology?
What in
religion,
particular?
belief? Like the idea that the man should be dominant. What is the backing thought process for this?
Well, it's how society has thrived for centuries. You know, the man is the head of the household. He's the leader. He protects and provisions. And
This guy, by the way, this guy has no actual answers because he's not a Christian. There's one way that the world is supposed to be ordered, you know. God created the world with a hierarchy. Doesn't mean women are less than men, but everybody has a role in society. Men and women are supposed to be symbiotic. This guy's another end of the effed up spectrum that we're on, where it's like he represents like antagonizing, women and this, that, and the other thing, but it's the same stuff, you know. That's not masculine. If you don't recognize the symbiosis between a man and a woman, then you're not going to be able to have a successful relationship. You're just going to pat yourself on the back and kind of strut around like you're more than you are. It's pride on all sides. Honestly, it's always pride.
And this is how we've been able to build up the society we enjoy now. And it's only with modernity and feminism that women have been able to kind of do the things that they do. But at the end of the day, I would argue most women want a traditional man who's going to be a provider, going to be a protector, and adhere to these traditional masculine traits.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about this, sir, if you don't mind. So,
Sure.
Would you say that over time, generally speaking, with how society has come, how culture has come, to where we are at this current point, are you content with how the world is today? with society? Are you happy with how society has turned out? What exactly, do you have any issues with modern society?
Well, I mean, look.
Do you have
obviously
any
there's
issues with modern society?
pluses and negatives, but I do think
How about you guys? Do you have any issues with modern society? Shout them out.
that modernity has led to the overall degradation of society. It's because
All
we
caps.
don't prioritize the family anymore.
So is the issue less that women deserve less, or that we should put more of a focus on traditionalism within the family?
Well, that's kind of the same thing from before. Again, men need to be in a different position now where they need to be able to vet out women properly for them to be their wives. Because the thing that sucks for guys now is that most women want to be married, but they're not necessarily wife material. Everyone wants to get married, but no one wants to be a wife is basically what I mean. So I think, well, you're a lesbian. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, anyway, so yeah, that's what I think it is. Guys need to really focus on the family, but before they can even do that, they need to be able to go in with their eyes wide open with how society is and how we're playing the dating game, because we have more to lose.
Okay, so I understand where you're coming from.
Sure.
I think it makes sense that you would like to have, women would be able to be mothers, would ever be able to be wives. If a man is being a provider, clearly you would want something in return, right? I mean, like.
Yeah, to obey me.
Oh, if you want people to hear you out, I don't really think obey would be the best word.
I agree. I'm not even husband material, Lawrence. I'm not husband material. I mean, I'm a husband. My wife is wife material. Well, look at me. I'm an online guy, making music, putzing around. I never learned a skill. My only skill is making stupid songs. I'm skilled at riffing. I don't know how to build a house. I barely know how to fix cars at all. It's ridiculous. Me and her have been gambling on me making it as an artist forever. We're like, oh, it'll happen. And it should, because I am the greatest artist of my generation. But that doesn't matter. They don't want great art. They want sexy red. They want butthole music.
To use? I mean, like.
They want Kanye West talking about blowing his cousin. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Bay kind of implies that there's a lack of free will and thought. Would you think?
Interesting. So you say there's a lack of free will there, but is there? I mean,
with the term obey, like the connotation that it provides.
But that's what I'm saying. If we could get people in the church younger, then they will know how to be men. Because only within the church do you understand your responsibilities as a person. In America, you have rights. A bunch of things you deserve for no freaking reason. In church, you have responsibilities. A bunch of things you have to do because God said so. That directs you and points you in the right direction. Then you're able to start establishing a life for yourself. So my only job is to get people to become Orthodox younger, not Catholic, not Protestant, where they sit around and pat themselves on the back and honor the heretics of ancient history. Orthodox, where it's difficult. Orthodoxy is difficult. It requires a lot of you. And anybody who reads the Bible understands that's exactly how it should be. I mean, they're kind of synonymous, responsibilities and duties. Orthodoxy is difficult. It requires something of you. And if you read the Bible, it says, whoever wishes to achieve eternal life, pick up his cross and follow me. Nobody's picking up their cross when they're just sitting around attaching the name Jesus to their materialistic secular life. That's not anything, And so, yeah, we need a complete overhaul of how we view reality. And the government's not going to give it to us. Trump's not going to give it to us. Trump's just going to sit there, S and the D of Israel forever. Nobody's going to give it to us. There's only one way through, and that's orthodoxy. And that's always how it's worked. Orthodoxy that's how it's always worked. You commit yourself to God, and God's providence takes care of the rest. No amount of scheming or planning is going to fix this. Humility will fix this.
when you say the word obey.
Yeah, because
And that's
there's
what all of these people lack is humility. And, you know, it's not as if I'm humble. And I definitely wasn't humble at their age. But
thing I find interesting.
I'm a product of my environment. I'm a product of this culture, you know. And I'm kicking against it now. I'm fighting against it.
That on my end, I'm protecting and providing, and the one thing I ask in return is for her to obey. But that's a problem. See, that's
The main gripe against Catholicism, first off, Catholicism is a different thing all the time. Now you have your Novus Ordo liturgies. Vatican II contradicts Vatican I. Now you got people allow. I mean, the Pope prayed to Mecca with Muslims. He bowed his head to the freaking wall, the Roman-built wall. But no, it's the heresy. It's the heresy which broke them off from the Orthodox Church in the first place. The heresy of papism and the heresy of the filioque, which turned into a million other heresies, because obviously the Roman Catholic Church has put worldliness above spirituality, and obviously the Orthodox Church has not. The Orthodox Church has remained consistent throughout history. You know, Protestants like to go around and they like to be like, we're returning to the true church. And then they make up a church that never existed. And they were doing this. No, they weren't. They were doing orthodoxy. So anybody who's serious about Christianity needs to be Orthodox. Orthodox is the only thing that lines up with the Bible when you read it. Everything else just it invents things to fit the times, like Mormons. If they pick another progressive or false pope, all the new Catholics may go Orthodox and all new converts will be Orthodox. I mean, dude, Orthodoxy is growing rapidly. We just had in my church like a 16-year-old convert. His parents didn't come. His parents aren't Orthodox. He just came on his own and became Orthodox on his own. 16. That's what I want to see. That's the future. Young people not even getting caught up in the BS of the modern world. That man's going to be a great man. He's going to grow into somebody very special. He's going to grow to be the type of man that we should all be, and we should have been. But yeah, there's many people leaving Roman Catholicism because Roman Catholicism is obviously contradictory. It changes its position with the times, which is what all false religions do. It's the same as Mormonism. Mormonism used to not allow black people into the church, you know? Now there's like, now you can have black people. Mormonism used to practice polygamy. Now you can't practice polygamy. What the hell are you people doing? They're making it up as they go along. What's our religion? What's our belief system? That. It's called the way of the world. It's called the spirit of the age. If the spirit of the age is leading your church, then you're not led by Christ. You're led by the spirit of the age, who's the devil, most likely.
I didn't say it was a
Because here's the
problem.
thing. Hey, let's be honest here, right? So this is what I mean when I say modern feminism poisons women. Women want a guy who's going to be a protector and a provider and a good man. But if he asks, hey, I need you to obey me in return, she'll say, I don't like that word. Why do I need to obey you? Well, you need to obey me because I'm the one that's responsible for you. So if I'm responsible for you, that means I'm supposed to have authority over you as well.
Well, if you would like to have a conversation without putting words in my mouth where I said that I had a problem with the term.
She did say she had a problem with the term, and then later on she doubles down and says how offended she is by the term. But that's the thing. It's not about truth. It's about winning the argument in front of all your friends. Or not even your friends, a bunch of strangers who you seek the approval of, because that really is the crux of liberalism, is seeking the approval of strangers who couldn't care less about you. That's the crux of liberalism. Trying to find out what the most popular opinion is and saying it proudly. She's just looking for Facebook likes in real life right now. IRL, Facebook likes.
like obeying people. I just said that if you want other people to agree with you, maybe find a different term that would, kind of incline people to agree.
Maybe talk like a preschool teacher and be dishonest, be subtly dishonest with every word that comes out of your mouth because you treat everybody like a baby who can't handle the truth. You know, like a woman. Like a woman who's risen to power.
Secondly,
Well, that's the problem. People are too soft. That's the truth. We need women to obey us.
says the guy who's here complaining about women.
You hear? You hear? You hear? You hear how not angry she is? You hear how chill she is and not emotional? Clearly, not emotional.
I said women need to obey men. I'm saying the problem is that we have this society where people just don't want to be honest and say what it is.
But I'm being honest and telling you that people don't like the word obey.
Okay. Oh, well.
Okay.
Like,
oh, well.
you know,
People
I
don't
find it
like
interesting, right? So a lot of people think I just talk smack to women all the time, but I actually talk more smack. Anyone that watches the show, I actually talk more smack to men. I tell them to not be fat, not to be losers, not to be dorks. Like, I bully the guys so that they become.
I mean, this is to be fair, this is a bad situation, you know, trying to argue from, you know, have some guy on stage with a mic and then being surrounded by a crowd of your peers and being subjected to the vibes of their opinions, their collective ideas, which has been handed down to them by Jewish, lesbian, liberal teachers, and just trying to do that, sense all of that while also expressing it. Like, but you put it on yourself. You didn't have to talk. Lady, you didn't have to talk. And I think that's almost the point. Like, be quiet. But feminism has put us in this situation.
But when we say we want something in return, women don't want to follow it. So it's like,
yeah, I'm not a fan of Myra Gates. This is a case study, okay?
have one job and they don't even want to do that.
Well, have you considered that maybe women don't want your help?
Women don't want, see, and that's the thing. Women don't want your help, but you have our help. You have our army, you have our infrastructure, you have our laws, you have all of these things to make you safe. And the more you dismantle it, the more you get raped and brutalized in the streets. And then you sit there and pat yourself on the back and tell yourself you're a good person for saying you don't want the very thing that keeps you alive. God help us.
Well, here's the thing. I'm here to help the guys out because they're the leaders. So,
well, that's fine. But
I'm very familiar with the fact that, like, women, like, if they hear a certain word, they get triggered and they can't listen to anything else. But again, that's an inherent flaw in women because they're so emotional. But the reality is, like, as a woman, if you're in a relationship with a guy and he's doing what he's supposed to do, protect and provide for you, you need to obey him.
So wait, okay, you have a problem with women being overly emotional, yet you want them to be providers to children. That implies that there needs to be some type of emotional nurture there. So is the problem that women are too emotional or that they're not emotional enough?
No, what I'm talking about is...
Do you see what I'm saying? It's like a willful misunderstanding. I have to win the argument even if I don't understand what's going on. No, your emotionalism is wonderful in the right context. Everything it needs to be contextualized, you know? Women are wonderful at raising children. Women are wonderful at keeping a home. You know? There's a order that society is supposed to follow. And the only reason you follow this disordered version of society is because you've been subverted. You've been subverted. It's happened for the sole purpose of destroying you. You wear it as a badge of honor like you're a good person, but your entire ideology was handcrafted to destroy your society. That's what you live in. You're steeped in an Amish lie meant to destroy you as a people. She just wants to be sassy and get applause. What she says is incidental. Yeah, and you'll see this. You'll see her contradict herself over and over again and argue just to argue. And young men, you need to learn this. If you can't shut that down, exit the situation. If you can't shut that down and say, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this arguing just to win. We're either going to try and seek the truth together. This isn't going to be an oppositional thing. You don't need to assert yourself. You either humble yourself and we will work together, or I'm exiting the situation. Save yourself the trouble. When you see a woman arguing nonsensically, recognize either that stops or you leave, because that person is destined to F you up.
As in this context where the term obey immediately triggered you.
I'm not triggered.
Okay.
Do I look angry?
No. Well, you didn't like that term. You're like, hey, well, maybe you could use a different word. It's like, no, that's what it is. Obey.
I didn't say that. I was bothered by the word. I was just trying to give you some advice that maybe other people would be more inclined to listen if you didn't come off so authoritative.
Well, I think that's important where we're at a crazy point right now where we just got to start being honest and not tone police and worry about certain phrases triggering people. The truth hurts a lot of the times, but this is what we need to do. We've gone so far left that we're going to need a significant overcorrection. And sometimes that means using words that people might find offensive.
Okay.
That's true. I mean, one of their skills was policing language. And when you police language, you police thought. And all of a sudden, certain ideas aren't palatable, and so people avoid saying them. But they're always, because it's ideology meant to subvert us, it's always the words that we need to say the most that they want us to stop saying. What are they making illegal now? Criticizing Israel? Criticizing the Amish? It's always the things that need to be said the loudest that they try and stop you from saying, shame you out of. And if shame doesn't work, then they try and do it legally like they did in the Bolsheviks' revolution.
Oh, all right. I understand what you're saying, that we shouldn't, be so protective, right?
Yeah, and the other thing, too, with
But
men,
you
I've
want to
noticed.
protect women, so you don't want them to be protective.
No, what I'm saying is that with
You see what I'm saying? It's nonsense. Lawrence is right. It's just nonsense. None of it matters. What she's saying is just like, I have to argue. It's just arguing. You're not making any sense. You're just arguing.
It's a phenomenon I've noticed only with women.
All right, I'm getting annoyed with it. Getting annoyed. It's like this. It's the theme song of today's show. It's the theme song of today's show. I have other things. I've been bookmarking on Twitter. It's just nonstop violent attacks by black people against white people. I haven't been watching them. I've just been bookmarking them. I'm thinking maybe I'll watch it on the show. Ghoulish behavior.
Open the fuck off!
We're good. We're good. Don't no.
I should spit on you!
Don't spit on. Don't spit on. Don't spit on. Don't spit.
Don't you tell me to fuck off!
He was joking. He was joking.
I hate your people!
He was. Don't.
I hate you!
Right.
I hate you with all my heart!
Okay.
I hate you!
Okay.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Why are you telling me to fuck off?
Fuck you!
Why are you telling me to fuck off?
We're just sitting here.
We're just minding our own business. You came up to us.
All right.
Have a good night.
See you in hell!
Okay.
You will be going to hell! I promise you that!
Okay.
Your Jesus will not save you!
Okay.
Imagine a furry telling you your Jesus will not save. Oh. There's these things called saps, and I recommend you look into them. We don't want to hurt people, right? We're Christians. But you do have to protect those around you. There's a thing called a sap. Look into sap rings. It's a small ring with a lead pouch. And all you do, if it gets to it, I'm not saying it's gonna, but if it does, all you gotta do is go, bop! And you knock them out. Just a quick slap to the head, and they're knocked out. avoids all the ugliness of a confrontation. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to be uber violent. You just go bop, and they get knocked out. And I recommend these to all of you because there's furries around here telling us that our Jesus is not going to save us.
I'm not save you because he doesn't exist. Jesus is black.
Okay. Is this your over? Is this your over?
No, you fucker.
Oh my God. I don't like it here anymore.
Wait,
I hate you with all my heart.
you're being nice tonight. Have a good night.
Lucifer will destroy you. He will suffer you.
Okay, all
Prepare
right, we're
for
good.
the end.
Look at Sinatra. Sinatra reflects my feelings of this situation. Just like, what are you saying? Sadly, there's only Catholics around me, and there's some Orthodox Russians, though, working for us, escaping Putin war. Most of my family is inside the Russian Orthodox Church of America. Well, I don't know. Just extend love to them. We shouldn't antagonize them. I don't antagonize them. I said, okay, a couple days after the Pope died, I said, I hope the next Pope is naked. But I don't know what I meant by that. I just thought it was a funny sentence, and I wasn't trying to insult Catholics. And so I'm sorry if that was offensive to anybody, but it was just a nonsense sentence. I just thought it was a funny sentence. But you know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. You know, there's a lot of Jesuits. There's a lot of conversos. Look up conversos. A lot of conversos. Infiltration. You know. But they wouldn't have been able to be infiltrated. I went through church history, didn't I? I think I've gone through church history. How immediately after the schism, the church started engaging in usury and becoming really close with the banking families of Italy, who just happened to emerge immediately after Khazaria was destroyed, and how they, along with the Amish bankers who were already there, would sometimes direct the Crusades to Byzantium, even though the Crusades were supposed to protect Europe from the Muslim hordes, from the Mohammedan hordes. Sometimes the banking families, who just happen to be of a descent of particular origin, would direct the Crusades to attack Byzantium, to attack Constantinople, to attack Greece. Weird thing. But yeah, that happened almost immediately. And that happened throughout the Western world. Immediately after the schism, the Western world began engaging in usury. Which is a sin. And a couple, not too long before Russia actually fell to the Bolsheviks' revolution, they began engaging in it as well, when Peter the Great visited, France, and was like, whoa, this is cool, we should do this over here, and started engaging in usury for Russia. And within a short amount of time, Russia was destroyed. All right. What else we got? Plot twist, it's not a mask? Yeah. This religious history stuff is super interesting. Do you have any book recs on this or anything? Oh gosh. I don't read books. I'm reading the Brothers Karamazov right now, but I just use ChatGPT. And I just do deep dives. And because that's a lot easier than reading a book and waiting for a passage to pop up. I just ask the questions and get immediate answers and just go deeper and deeper and deeper. I'll spend an entire day asking questions, and that's how I get all my information. I'm not smart. Also, I watch Jay Dyer. He's smart. I recommend you guys watch Jay Dyer. Who else is smart? I told Baze Lit Analyzer that I'd read a book if he came on my show. But no, I'm not smart. I just am obsessed. And so I just do a lot of internet research about these things. If you want history of Father Seraphim Rose. I've read that. Orthodoxy and the Religion of the Future. And also the Orthodox Survival Guide. Get into that. And both of those you can listen to on YouTube. So I've thoroughly gone into both of those. I've read those. And those will tell you a lot. Also, it's called Orthodoxy and the Religion of the Future and an Orthodox Survival Course, both by Father Seraphim Rose. And Father Spiridon wrote Orthodoxy and the Kingdom of Satan, which breaks down a lot of stuff. But I don't know where all this stuff comes from. I just have spent a lot of time steeped in all of this. So as far as book recommendations, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Behold a Pale Horse? I don't know. I actually spend a lot of time connecting the dots. I did a show, where is it? It's called How Orthodoxy Will Spread and How It Always Has. And to know church history is to understand white erasure. I'd say watch those. Because I like write out graphs. I never complete them, but I like write out timelines and graphs, and I screenshot things, and I get like real obsessed about this stuff, because to me, there's always a through line. You know, these things don't happen for no reason. And if you could trace the betrayals, of Christ, you can trace everything. You can see how everything happens. And it always happens in one way. Worldliness, pride, choosing the world over Christ. That's always how it goes. And usury is a huge part of that. Because what usury did is it made the Catholics, who had already separated from the true church, it invalidated them. It made them, what's the word? It made them invalid in the eyes of the people. It ruined their credibility when they engaged in all this stuff. At the same time, all the kings of Western Europe were engaging in this stuff as well to fight wars against each other. So as the kings and the Vatican grew in power because of usury, their credibility waned, which led to the revolutions like the French Revolution. And because they were using Amish banks to grow this power, it was an artificial power. What actually happened is the bankers became stronger and stronger and started seeding things like the Freemasons and stuff like that. And so as the empires lost their credibility, the banks became more powerful. These things happened in tandem because they were directly related. And that is the West. And that's where we are now. Right now, we're completely under bank rule. Everything that happens is at the behest of elite Amish banking families. They write the entire rule book. In fact, that was already the case in the early 1900s. That's why they signed the Balfour Declaration. They signed the Balfour Declaration because they believed that unless they had the Amish people on their side, they would not be able to win the war. So that's why they signed it. So they were already aware of the immense power of the Amish bankers. So, and that's essentially what Hitler was fighting against. What's the Father Seraphim Rose? Same, AI is good for learning, but it's tricky. Yeah, you got to be discerning, because AI is also stupid, and sometimes it'll tell you something that's wrong, and so you got to catch it. You know, they remove all the protocols from Behold the Pale Horse. Yeah, because the protocols are an anti-Semitic trope, right? Even though a saint is the reason we have them. An Orthodox saint preserved them and swore that they were true and swore that they were real. And he's the reason we still have them, because he protected the document so that it could be released into the public. That's talked about in Father Seraphim Rose's biography. It's called Not of This World. I forget the saint's name. He's kind of obscure. I think he might be not Georgian, but somewhere around there. And he protected the protocols when they tried to destroy it. And he's the reason we still have them. And he swore to their legitimacy. Yeah, well, he didn't write them, but he protected them when they were trying to destroy them and swore to their legitimacy. What protocols? The protocols of the, how can I say this without getting my channel destroyed? The protocols of some old Zionists. All right.
Is how, and the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
What's that, clapping?
Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem, because they are going to
give one to a
kill us.
Protestant.
And
Prova.
I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted. And the one idea.
So there you go. Woman, 25, is charged with murder after kidnapping baby boy with 2 men, setting him on fire, and leaving him to die on Louisiana railroad tracks. There's something. This guy had it rough. Did you guys see this guy? Proud of him. Proud of this young man. He did a difficult thing and he was a little shaky, but he spoke the truth, and that's what matters.
But the real incident I want to talk about is what happened in Frisco, Texas about a month ago, which was the murder of Austin Metcalf by Carmelo Anthony. And why has
That's
Donald
the thing.
Trump not said a single...
During Holy Week, all sorts of crazy stuff happened that I wanted to speak on, and I was just like, the fact that Metcalf's father is now being targeted by the police and by black activists, and he's the one who said this isn't a race thing, and the fact that the people who killed this young white man are somehow spinning this that they're the victims is just like, I can't even comprehend the world we live in anymore. I can't even, like, we are so steeped in lies that how can we even see out of it? They swatted his house. He lost his job. He went to the press conference to show a unified front with the killers of his son, and they got him kicked out and started a bunch of histrionics about how evil it was that he showed up. Like, I don't even have the rage. It's so effed up that I can't even comprehend it. I think that's what they want to do to us. They want to make us like it's mind-bogglingly unjust what's happening. Oh, protocols. You got 2 copies of that.
Word about this issue. How long are we going to let white people be murdered in the streets before we do something? I am tired of this.
Well, no, I mean, I see some of you guys.
Okay, I understand that. Seems kind of disgraceful that the father instantly said he forgives him or something like that. I saw that in the 90s and it really touched me. In the 90s, somebody's kid died in the Oklahoma City bombing, I think it was. And they interviewed a man on the street about it, and his son died, and he said, I forgive them. I pray for them, or something like that. And it really touched me, to be honest, because, I mean, there's a story of a saint. A man killed his brother, and then, not knowing it was his brother, came to him in tears to confess the murder of this man. And this saint, who was a priest, had to take the confession and pray for this man and guide him after he had just killed his brother. And he did it. He did it. He took his confession. He prayed for him. He guided him. And when he left, he broke down in tears. So it's not, I don't necessarily think what Austin's dad did is like wrong or cuckery. I don't know what to think. But the fact that after forgiving them, they vilified him and are now attacking him, threatening his life, swatting him, he's losing his job. I mean, that could a clearer picture be painted? The whole thing is a psyop, though, ain't it? Yeah, that's true. That's true. The whole thing is a, you know, there's always another level to this whole thing, and that is this sort of stuff happens all the time, but now it's being put forth for the specific reason of causing chaos in our country. Because ultimately what they want is a sort of totalitarian state. The chaos serves them. But that's not to say it's not justified, us wanting to separate from black people. That is justified. Black people, I mean, the black on white rape rate is something like 15,000 a year. The white on black rape rate is literally 0. The black on white crime rate is 28 times the white on black crime rate. This sort of thing is happening constantly. And yeah, it would be better if we separated. I think we should separate. But the Amish elite, they keep mixing us together and shaking it up and trying to cause problems, because the destabilization serves their purpose. As long as we're sitting around bickering instead of solving, and we can't solve, it's so effed. It's so effed, man. Where are the strong men of our age? Because how can we fight back if we can't even agree on who's doing this, you know? But Zionism support is at an all-time low, and ultimately Zionism is behind all this. You know, the Amish brought the black people to America. The ships were all Amish-owned ships, and most of the slave owners during slavery time were Amish themselves. They'd just been kicked out of Spain. 2 things happened in 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and they kicked all the Jews out of Spain. And then immediately had an economic boom and a sort of Spanish golden age over there. Weird how that happens. And so after they got kicked out, they began doing this whole slave ship thing and sell. Well, I mean, they were always doing slave trades. What do you think Khazar was? What do you think slave comes from? It comes from Slav. The Khazarians would imprison Slavic people from the north and sell them to the Muslims where they would be brutalized. So they've always been doing this crap. But they started buying black slaves in Africa and shipping them over to America and then selling them and owning them, to the point where on Saturdays, the slave trade would shut down. Why would it shut down on Saturdays? Why would it shut down on Saturdays? It shut down on Saturdays because that was the Jewish Sabbath. And if you look at the names on the ships, they're all names like Gonzalez and stuff like that. And back then, that was like a surefire way to know that somebody was Amish. Like now we have Bergs, which is German. You know, you say Berg or Lieberwitz or whatever. You know they're Jewish because they have German last names, essentially. Well, back then, you knew they were Jewish because they had Mexican last names. What am I talking about? Oh, so they're here because of them. And we have to continually deal with their destructive behavior because of them. And they rile them up to destroy more because it destabilizes us and allows them to get their plans quietly sent across the aisle, and nobody's the wiser. Nobody does anything about it.
They're laughing.
So yeah, it is all a psyop, ultimately. But that doesn't mean the issues aren't there. I did break down the Khazarian thing on the video. To understand church history is to understand white erasure. That's a couple live streams back. I broke it down pretty well there, I think. But essentially what the Khazars was a people who were focused on making money and building empire. And they wanted a way to trade with both the Muslims and the Christians. That was their idea. The Christians were trying to convert them and the Muslims were trying to convert them. And they said, well, it seems like both of you honor the Jews, so we'll become Jewish, even though that's not a thing. You can't convert to Judaism, but whatever. That's what they did. That's why they are those who say they are but are not. Those who know. But they did it for financial reasons. And an argument could be made, and an argument is made, that most of the people in Israel right now have no Semitic DNA, and they are directly related to this Khazarian group. That's why they don't allow DNA tests. Like, you have to go through like government facilities and get government approval in order to do a DNA test. So these people rose to power through trade, through the slave trade, and they converted to Judaism thinking that it would cause them to be cool with both the Muslims and the Christians. But the Christians, Byzantium, did not like that and started to pull back. And so while this happened, they continued to enslave Slavic people and sell them to the Muslims. And eventually, the Prince of Kiev had enough, understandably so, and destroyed Khazaria, led a massive army and destroyed Khazaria, completely leveled it. Well, what happened to those people? What happened to all their money? Well, they dispersed, and many of them ended up in Rome. Many of them ended up in England. There's a street called Old Jewry in England, and that is where all the banks are. So they continued on doing what they always did. What am I saying? So that's a short history of the Khazarians. And all of that is true. And so then, but this is kind of my point about what we need to do today. You know, Byzantium didn't, because after the Prince of Kiev destroyed Khazaria, he converted to Orthodoxy and created Holy Russia. That sort of thing has always happened in the Christian world. It's never been us going out and trying to assert ourselves. It's always been us sticking to the truth with all our heart and soul, and then miraculous things happen. Like a huge group of strong outsiders come in, destroy our enemies, and convert to Christianity. That's what Constantine did. That's what the Prince of Kiev did. And what did we do that whole time? We suffered and clung to Christ and allowed God's will to be done, because God's will trumps the plans of men every single time. So have you been Goyslop Maxine since the fast? Yes, I have, dude. Well, no, actually I haven't. I haven't eaten fast food once. Actually. I've been eating meat though. And this always happens after Pascha. You're like looking forward to eating meat, and then you eat it and you're like, I guess that's cool. It's really weird. You start to realize that the suffering of Lent is better than the freedom of feasting. It's kind of weird. And that's something I have to learn to do. You have to learn to feast well. You have to learn to fast well, but you also need to learn to feast well. And I'm trying to learn, but it's not easy.
But the reality is,
Volodomor. Do you mean the Holodomor?
if it was the other way around, you guys would be burning down the city, if we're going to be honest here, right? Got the black woman in the back screaming
Yeah, I
and
mean, I just-
laughing at him.
And I don't
But
want to
at
make
least,
this look
no,
like
no,
I'm
hold
a
on. Let
victim.
me, because this is the thing, because a couple of the people here are laughing at your rage, but I find it interesting that if it was the other way around, they can burn down a city like Minneapolis.
Dinner tastes way better during the fast. When you eat a bunch of junk, dinner isn't special at all. Yeah. Well, I'll say this. When we broke the fast, everything was delicious. Oh, my gosh. You know, I'm Russian Orthodox, so we break fast in the middle of freaking night. I think maybe Greeks do it a little different. I think Greeks have their Pascha celebration the next day, but we have it at like 3 in the morning, you know. And so I tried to do it right this time, you know, because it isn't always easy. I brought an energy drink because I knew I'd be tired because I'm in the choir and I've been singing nonstop for an entire week. And so what I wanted to do was make sure I had the energy. So I had an energy drink once the fast broke. And we were all celebrating. And then everything tasted absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. But then the next day it was right back to normal. Dinner tastes way better during a fast. When you eat a bunch of junk, dinner isn't special at all. Well, I mean, you know, these things are spiritually powerful. That's what they don't tell you. You know, they think it's just merely just an act of obedience, but in obedience to Christ, miraculous things happen in a mystical way, and you find that your preferences change. The saints say that meat makes you dumb. You know, I don't know. I was dreaming about bacon the last week or so of the fast, and it was anticlimactic when I finally, yeah, same, same. Weird, right? Has anybody else had like holy bright week blues? That sucks. Maybe it's just because it was like there was no sun for a couple days up here. And I was just like, I'm supposed to be sucks. Maybe it's just because it was like there was no sun for a couple days up here. And I was just like, I'm supposed to be so happy right now, and I can barely move. That's why I haven't done a show all week. I've just been kind of in the dumps. I'm not sure why. But it's like, but I've heard other people say the same thing. But we're growing. We're babies in the faith. I'm a baby in the faith. You know, I've only been Orthodox for about 4 years. Zelensky? What are you guys talking about Zelensky? No, Greeks do it at night as well. At least my parish does. Ison. Y'all say Volodymyr. Ison. Oh, Vladimir. Okay, I don't know what everybody's talking. I don't know what everybody's talking about. Who's talking about Zelensky? I mean, Zelensky. What's going on here?
It's over George Fentanyl, but if he goes ahead and expresses some rage, you guys laugh at him, which is interesting to me because they can't be honest about this, where there is seriously a problem in America where a small percentage of people are committing a majority of the violent crime. What? Black men account for maybe 8% of the population, but they're committing something like 50 to 60% of the violent crime, and they can't talk about this, right? So I do think that there's a problem here.
Before I was Orthodox, I was just a guy trying to figure it out, you know? I was like a Protestant. You go to your church, and every Protestant in the church has a different theology. And they're all just kind of making it up as they go along and quote mining at each other, proof texting each other. I thought I was more right than everyone else. Do you sing Ison? I don't know what Ison is. I don't know a lot of the words. Sometimes I'll be at church and they'll be like, we have to do the, and they'll say some word and I'll be like, I don't know what that is. I'm actually like dumb. Let me see what Ison is. Vineyard? Ison.